right? And even maybe adherence to what the political parties acts is really, you know, trying to make sure every Kenyan is really adhering to. You two, in ODM, missing and trying to form another party, so to speak, right? Isn't that really not really allowed according to the statutes of the Political Parties Act in the country? That you seem to be deeming, even if you're in another party? Because I know Okongo Mogeni his soul is not in ODM right now.
So
where has it gone?
I don't know.
Not know where the soul is. Yeah, it could be. Yeah, even you, Wakili Karoli, your soul is not now in ODM. But isn't that in the contravention of what the Political Parties Act is saying?
No, Dibal, I don't know. You should start. You know, if we want to wear a moral compass, you should start by looking at the arrangement that we have of broad-based government. I think that's the biggest violation of the Constitution. You should begin there and say whether it is morally right.
Yeah, we will come to it.
No, you see, you want to remove the clog in my eye before you remove the log from the president's side.
Let's begin with the log.
If we were... The log is actually on the president's side.
I want to talk about that one myself.
Because, you see, I don't know, if you have followed politics in democratic nations, very few countries have dictatorial approach where you are told you shift from a party, you lose your seat, or you are deemed to have resigned. If you follow the American politics, you know this Senator Joe Mancini, okay, who gave Joe Biden a run for his money, used to not to toe the party line in many occasions. But what the party does is that it will tell you, during the elections, we shall withdraw our support for you and subject you to primaries. Okay? In fact, he continued serving as the chair of Energy Committee till election time, when he opted to quit. And even Christine Sinema, also senator. Okay? You go to UK, House of Commons, you will see that even during Brexit, so many members of the Conservative Party did not support May, the Prime Minister then. But there was not this debate we see here, people saying that you should resign or whatever. You know, you read the Constitution, the Kenyan Constitution, the Bill of Rights is the longest chapter in the entire Constitution. Now 18 chapters. The longest is the chapter on fundamental freedoms and fundamental rights. It has got 40 articles.
So what is it?
Very detailed.
What is your
point?
It
says it gives me unfettered right to associate, okay? A right to hold an opinion, to be guided by my conscience, and it says you cannot punish anybody because he has followed what his conscience tells him.
So what is the strength of a Political Parties Act, where you are deemed to have resigned?
No, you know,
you're promoting the ideology of another party.
If you read,
can I explain
if you read this Constitution, when it left Bomas, I was the chair of Law Society then. I participated in detail in reviewing and drafting Article 103. Part of the clauses that was there was the one saying, if you are expelled by your political party, you lose your seat in Parliament. And when we were debating, we said taking us back there will be like introducing the Okiki Amayo committees of those days. And we said that provision will be in direct conflict with fundamental freedoms, with the Constitution. So it was removed. So where we are now, we are in that season. In fact, you're going to see so many migrations. Because from next year in June, the law requires that I must be a member of a political party if I intend to vie. But I will not be told to resign my seat as a senator by February. Now, I don't think you need to, what you should actually be debating, and which we missed to put in our Constitution, is how we run our coalitions. You know, in democracies, when you are pinning down a coalition, it should be ink and paper. so that we know what are our limits, okay, and what can we support and what can we not support. Am I right? Because in 2017, when the Conservatives went into a coalition with the Democratic Union Party, and they called it, I think they were calling it the Confidence and Supply Coalition, they limited their support to supporting the government in passing finance bills and crucial legislations. But they agreed that in some issues where the Democratic Union Party had fundamental differences with the Conservative Party, they would not support it. So there was a framework. Now, if I asked you today, do we have any coalition framework that is guiding the broad-based government? There is none. That's why our conversation should begin from, that we need to clean our politics first.
All right.
There's only one point I wanted to state. You know, people of Nyamira are watching me on this show. And Senator Mugatana has said that earnings in agriculture has improved. And I had him mention tea. When President Uhuru was leaving office, the earnings for tea farmers, what we call bonus, was 24 shillings per kilo. Last year, the payments to the tea farmers in the entire Gusii region was ranging from 10 shillings to a maximum of 12. Meaning the earnings for farmers has dropped more than 50%. More than, actually that's 50% plus. So it's not correct in terms of facts to state on this show that the earnings for tea farmers has increased or improved under the regime of President Ruto. And then also, what is revealing is about this issue of housing. Now, when you are told that one family, I think he mentioned that you find a father and the children buying many units. That's what he said. That tells you...
Everybody has...
Yeah, but that's one family. That means one rich family is buying those units. That was not the intention. Affordable houses was meant to help the poor of the poorest. But from what he has just told Kenyans on TV, it means that it is actually the rich who are buying those houses and not the intended beneficiaries. Finally, on SHA, you know, everybody, including the president, acknowledges that SHA cannot serve him even after he retires. He has put for himself a private package after he retires. 2 weeks ago, judges approached him and they told him, you know, this SHA thing cannot help us. It's not working. They fast-tracked a law in the National Assembly, okay? That gives judges a very attractive, which that's how it should be. I fully support, that's how it should be. That gives judges a very attractive private cover. Now, if SHA was working, why would the president call judges and agree with them that I'm going to give you a package of a private insurance cover other than SHA? That in itself, Dibal, is an admission that SHA has failed and is not working.
Okay. Can I say something?
I think you wanted to say something. Hang on.
No, but it's my turn.
It's your turn.
Don't jump me.
You wanted to add something on the political parties because I think we're going off the rails.
It's my turn. It's also my bill of rights now.
I'll come back to that thing of political parties.
No, but I wanted to say